Which one is this? I couldn't find that timestamp thing with everybody. It's all good.
You want me to play this?
Okay, clap it up. Sorry. With the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander YAHANNA. I'm Precinct Officer 1000, I.S.U.P.K. And tonight you were tuning into the Monday night history class. And tonight we're going to be going into how to love your children. And in the words of the great German Hyman, I am at your disposal. So put all your questions and everything in the chat, and we can try our best to answer. Man, I don't like that little phone screen, man. You like that joint?
No.
I'll be turning that off.
Start recording that. There it is. That's better.
Yeah. There we go. What sound crazy? So which one you say you have? Which one now?
You want to play the Shannon Beasley one?
I couldn't find the timestamp.
Oh.
Yeah. Couldn't find the timestamp. We can do that.
White supremacy scheme. Teach your children.
Yeah, we can do that. Put a 1 in the chat, a 1 West in the chat, 1 W in the chat if you can hear us. Baba Kashah. Do I see if you can find that timestamp on the that Shannon Sharp Michael Beasley joint? Like it was where he was crying, and he was like, "You see me crying, but you don't see me."
What white supremacy is all about, and people at all ages should know.
What should black children be told about white supremacy?
Exactly what we're talking about here. Do you see? And more, that white supremacy is a system of behavior evolved by a tiny minority of people on the planet who are genetic recessive to the majority. And these behaviors that oppress and hold non-white people down are for the purpose of white genetic survival. These are very unjust behavior, boys and girls, or children, you see. And we have been asking that these behaviors stop, but because they consider these behaviors to be survival necessity, they continue. So therefore, this is what we must do, you see. We must learn how to take ourselves very, very seriously. Do you see? We must learn how to respect ourselves. We must learn how to respect one another. You see, I say...
Yeah. Like, that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? So
Like if I may, check. Can you hear me? Check. Got good sound online. I played that class. I played that snippet, fair use, with regard to, how we teach our children.
Mm-hmm.
We don't separate them and put them in some children's chapel.
Right.
They learn exactly what we learn.
That's right.
So they're not taught fairy tales. They're not taught mythology. They're not taught folklore. They're taught the truth.
Right.
It's a lot.
Oh no, you too well. I wish what was it? We ain't had a transcript on that, did we?
No,
Like she. Like, I feel like segregation was better for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you think about the trauma that our children go through. You understand? The constant trauma, and it's ignored. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we are in 2026, our children are still being traumatized. You know, and like it's crazy because as a parent, especially a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian parent, you want to protect your children. It's kind of like you got like a little echo too. You want to protect your children. You know what I'm saying? And the world doesn't give us the opportunity to protect our children. You understand? The world doesn't give us the opportunity to raise our children as if they're normal children. You know, Black children, Hispanic, and Native Indian children always have to grow up faster than what they supposed to, man. You understand? Why? Because we put in positions where we have to force our kids to grow up. You know what I'm saying? We put in positions where I'll just use me for example. Put in positions where, you know, when I was growing up, my parents like they didn't make enough to be able to survive with only one parent going to work. Both parents had to go to work. So when I hit like 12, 13, I'm at home taking care of my siblings so that both parents can be able to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't make sense because if anything would have happened, they were like an hour and a half away. It would have took them time to get there. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, nothing happened, and you know we all okay today. But I feel like American society forces Black and Hispanic children to have to grow up faster than they have to than they supposed to, man. And it is hell on us because if you tell a child, "Hey, I need you to do this. I'm putting you in this position. Make sure you watch after your brothers and sisters." Like if you ain't going back and correcting that child or correcting telling that child why they being placed in that behavior in that position. So like if you ain't going back and telling that child why you need them to do those things, it could damage that child. You know what I'm saying? Some people completely abandon their children with other children. There was a sister just like 2 weeks ago left like a 5, 6-year-old, 8-year-old in a house to take care of kids, and she gone for hours. Hours, man. You know, but like, I don't want to make no excuse for it. It's just messed up because we so destroyed that we don't see the generation of kids coming behind us that we're pushing that trauma onto or projecting that trauma onto, and we're destroying the nation of children behind us, man. You understand? DeRosh, you good?
I'm looking for that time stamp.
If you can't find it, it's fine. Yeah, if you can't find it, it's fine. We gonna jump into these scripts. It's all good. What? It was multiple, but it's okay. We ain't gonna worry about it. It's all right. Yeah, we're gonna jump to Book of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6.
So, like, before you get on that, Officer Ayathon, if you don't mind, I want to pull that psychological term for what you were speaking about when the child takes on the role of the parent. The term is called parentification, and it's a dysfunctional family dynamic where the parent-child roles are reversed, forcing a child to take on inappropriate adult responsibilities, physical or emotional, to care for parents or their siblings.
Right.
And I can speak from experience with regard to that, coming from a broken home. You know, homes are intended to have a father and a mother, and then the children, right?
So like slide it too, if I may.
Mhm.
Just real quick. I know. I ain't gonna say that it don't exist.
Mhm.
The term broken home, like just for the I for the sake of the class, I don't even want to call it a broken home. I want to call it a destroyed home, because our homes before the 60s were together. The black man and the black woman, we thrived.
Right.
We had the most successful marriages across the country before we started allowing our oppressor to come in. So I would like to say destroyed homes, not broken. So like,
No, you're right. You know, and our homes get spoiled, you know, behind, you know, being in oppression under our oppressor. You know, they withhold resources and intentionally withhold them just so that we can remain on the bottom, remain underneath them, and seeking after them in order to get the resources that we need to sustain ourselves.
Right.
And so, yeah, you know, you come from a two-parent household. Even today, you got the father and the mother are working.
Yeah.
Those children are latchkey most of the times.
Yeah.
You know, and they're raising themselves, and they don't have adults literally domineering over every aspect of their lives as parents should.
Right.
Salakia.
Oh no, that Most High in Christ. The sister, how you say her name? Nashama.
Yeah.
Sis said, with the economy the way everything, with the economy the way it is, it's very hard on children. And you absolutely correct. It is hard on children because, like you were just saying, also Bunker, sometimes our kids pushed in a position of having to take care of their siblings or take care of their parents, and a child shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it was set up for a child. Like it wasn't set up that way. And America is set up that way. You understand? Because America, that's what America wants. That's what they want you. You understand? They want you struggling. They want your child struggling. You know? And like I was saying before the what was it, 1960s, back in the 1960s, 1970s, you understand, black people, we was together.
Right.
The black household was together. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't until after that we were destroyed, that children had to, and it's so crazy because you would see our Caucasian counterparts, they families were split left and right. You understand? Like you go around, you had your mother and your father stand in the same house. So you seen what real black love was. That was the traditional marriage. The traditional marriage was based off of a black household being together. That was the traditional marriage. If you look back at the history of the marriage of our oppressor, you understand? They never stayed together. They always split up. Over half their marriages split. While you had a high percentage of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian marriages standing. Like what you think I ain't gonna say it like that. But we stayed with our wives. The wives stayed with the husbands. The mother was able to stay home and be a traditional mother while the father went out and worked. You know, but today that's frowned upon. The mother don't even want to stay home and take care of her own children no more. She get tired of her own children. How the hell you get tired of your own children? It don't even make sense. Now, if you think about that, you understand, if we could sit and say that, imagine what the children see. You don't think the children see their mother getting tired of them? You don't think the children hear the arguments that that the mother and father have, that they don't see the tension between the mother and father? It's crazy. So like, I thought you was about to say something else. So like,
I mean, so like, if I may, you know, and that's heavy that you're speaking about, you know, the condition of the black household, because it wasn't until after 1964 when segregation ended,
that's it.
that you see our households dissolve. You see the relationships between the black man and the black woman, you know, they soured literally, you know, and it's because we felt like we had another option outside of sticking together and making things work. Now you can go on the other side of the tracks and you can seek elsewhere instead of during segregation. You were forced to stay with your own kind. You were forced to build, you know, build up your own resources. You know, you didn't have the option of going to the white side of town and trying to establish yourself and set yourself up, you know, and that was problematic. This is the reason why, you know, our stance is about separation, you know, which translates to us being holy in the sight of all the other nations, you know, and it's so spiritual because it's biblical. This is what we were always intended to do, is to be a holy, separate, or set apart nation. All right, Salakia.
Nah, give him a hand. You understand? Like, what's so heavy about that is because, like, man, if you go back and look, remember I was saying, so the feminist movement came around that time too, and that was around the 1960s. That destroyed the black household. It destroyed the black household. But it's so crazy, and you know how much of a devil our oppressor is. This is my first time looking it up when you said that, because I knew it was in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to see how long it actually took for the feminist movement to fully take effect. And the feminist movement came in waves. They literally got it online. They had a first wave in 1884 that lasted to 1920. Then they did the ideological roots. You understand? Then they had the second wave, which started in 1960 to the 1980s. The third wave, the 1990s to the 2010s. The fourth wave from the 2010s to the present day. Come on, man. It's come on. It's systematic, man. Go ahead, Salaki.
And that's heavy because, you know, those dates are very, very specific.
They are.
Know, when we think about social movement, you know, what was happening during those particular times to force such a movement amongst society. And you got to think, you know, you say it was in the 1800s. You think when we were liberated from the plantation, when slavery was outlawed, you know, the black man, he ended up getting the right to vote before women could even vote.
Right.
And the feminist movement was birthed out of that. White women wanting the right to vote. They wanted to be represented.
Right.
You know, and what's interesting too, you know, is the fact that they call us lazy. When we built this place, we built America, we built the treasure cities, we built the plantations. We're the ones that cultivated the farmland, you know, that present day, modern day agriculture, that whole industry was established on the backs of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But America will dismiss that. They won't even acknowledge that. They'll say that because you were our property, that's the reason why things are the way that they are. That's why we have what we have. That's the reason why Donald Trump went to say America was so great because we invented this, we invented that. But he didn't say, oh, these inventions are from the minds, that sweat equity of Black and Hispanic people, you know, and that's typical devil, you know, but Salakia.
Nah, you're absolutely right, because we trying to find an easier way to do things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, damn, I'm tired of picking this cotton. Imagine picking cotton in the middle of the dead of summer in South Georgia. It's hot as hell. Yeah. Louisiana, Texas, like you said, North Carolina, like, come on, man. It's hot. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna try to find a better way to do it. That's how you get the cotton gin. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we ain't got time to be sick. We ain't got time to be sick. Hey, give them a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Create a little, hey, go ahead and take some of that and give everybody just a little tad of it. Create vaccines. That's how vaccines created. Black people created vaccines. Right. Cell phones, stoplights, Jeep, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So the point in us saying all that, you know what I'm saying, is to say like our children have been targeted, man. Our children have been destroyed, man. You understand? And tonight we're gonna talk about how to love your children as officers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. We're gonna talk about, you know, how to love your children, man, because in today's time, our children need to know, you understand, that they are loved, you understand, and parents outside of this school need to know how they can love their children properly. You understand? Go ahead, Darash.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child.
Say do what?
Train up.
What does it mean to train up? If you're online, you can answer too. You know, I'm gonna try to keep my eye on the chat. If you're online, you can answer too. What does it mean to train? What does it mean to train? What does it mean to train? Go ahead.
Train, that means to actually teach someone something or show them how something is actually done. So,
Okay, so if you training for someone, what are you doing?
You're actually showing them or teaching them.
But what are you doing?
Guiding him in the right direction.
What's the definition?
I got you. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I asked him like what like if you train him, like what does it mean to train? Like what are you doing when you train?
So like if I may. So like if I may, you know, when you're training, you are preparing for something.
Right.
You know, in the I.S.U.P.K, what was so instrumental in me becoming the man that I am today is realizing that life is war. And we on a goddamn battlefield. Can you imagine going to war and your wife is there, your children are there? And you think about the oppressor and how cowardly he is.
Yeah.
He's going for the soft targets. You know, of course, if he can get you, you know, you that strong man, he has access to spoil your house. And that's where we are right now in present day, you know, but you have to equip your children. That's why I played that class at the beginning. We teach our children about who the devil is.
That's right.
We teach our children about beyond that, who the most high power is and what he expects of us.
Right.
You know, they call us racist, they call us prejudiced, but we're not the ones that are known via history as being racist, as practicing racism.
Right.
You know, so how dare you, Southern Poverty Law Center, you know, have the audacity to call us a hate group?
Yeah.
You know, you can't speak about our pain, about our experience. You know, this was birthed out of us being rejected, us being reviled and despised by society. So we have to train our children for warfare.
Right.
Salakia.
Nah, you absolutely correct. I personally don't think that anybody Caucasian should even speak on the actions of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Like you have no say, and as into us getting over slavery, when we should get over slavery, how soon we should forget it. You have no say. Like it. Go ahead, Darash.
Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of give the definition of train, what it means to actually train. Of course, Officer Monkiel elaborated a little bit more on it, but it means, to, of course, to teach, discipline, or prepare.
Hang on, slow down. Slow down. Read that again from the top.
To train means to teach.
So teach, it said teach up your child. Go ahead.
Discipline.
Discipline your child. Go ahead.
Or prepare.
Prepare your child, man. You understand? That's what it means to train up a child, man. You understand? You have to prepare your child, man. Prepare them for what? The things that's going on outside. We know all the trauma that lay outside or wait outside the door. You understand? Drugs sit outside his door. Huh? Christianity sit outside these doors.
Right.
Destruction, death sit outside these doors. So you have to train your child. You have to do what, Daraj? Teach, discipline, prepare. All those go together. You can't have one without the other, man. First, you got to teach the child. You understand? Then you got to discipline. And by discipline, that don't mean you got to beat their behind every time. Sometimes you have to sit down. You have to sit them down and talk to them.
Right.
Sometimes you're gonna have to pull out a belt and discipline. You understand? You have to teach them. You have to discipline them, man. And you have to do what? Prepare them. Hey, you get pulled over by that cop. Hey, like I know. A cop get behind me, man. Like you know how you don't just pull immediately straight over. You know what I'm saying? Like cop get behind me. Guess what? I don't get my license, my registration already ready. So as soon as I stop, I got it right here in my hand. I ain't gotta act like I'm digging for nothing. I ain't gotta act like I'm looking for nothing, reaching for something. It's already right here. But guess what? Somebody had to do what? Prepare me for that moment. That's the sad reality that we live in. We have to prepare our children for these moments. We ain't training our child how to take over a farm. We ain't training our child how to run the family business, how to do real estate. We ain't training the child, you understand? Like we ain't even necessarily in today's time. And by we, I'm saying black people as a whole, Hispanics as a whole. I ain't just talking in the school. We ain't training our children how to survive outside. We not. We teaching our kids how to hate another brother. We training our kids how to react if a brother bump into you. By way of, oh, you gonna take that? You gonna let that nigga hit you? You gonna let that nigga bump into you? We training our children to do evil in this place, man. Wickedness. Read on. Oh, it's like good.
No, so like if I may, that's heavy that you mentioned that. You talk about survival. You can't, like when you think about animals, right? You can't train a monkey to live like a goddamn goldfish or vice versa, right? So you have to teach your children their identity.
That's right.
And it absolutely matters. They have to know that they're Israelites. They have to know who their enemies are. They have to acknowledge that. Right now it's prom season, and I'm disgusted at what I see with respect to, they talking about, it's ghetto prom season and all that. But I see a lot of brothers, they taking snow bunnies to the prom. And it's like, damn, when we do, I mean, it was doing that even when I was in school, taking devils to the prom, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, can you imagine if you had a strong father and a strong mother in the household, and they told you that was against the laws of God?
Oh man.
Salakia.
Nah, you see the picture of LeBron James, who's a billionaire. Right. His son taking this devil to the prom, and the little sister looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? Disgusted. This was like 2-3 years ago. The little sister's looking at this devil like, what? Like, what? Yeah. But she sees, like, think about that household. You see a strong black man, a successful black man, a high value black man. with the black woman,
Right.
beautiful black children, and then he go get a devil, and the little sister's looking like, what the hell is this? This ain't what I see every day. I see my strong black dad, my strong black mom. I see them hugging each other. I see them kissing each other, holding hands, shopping, traveling together. So why is this here? This is out of place.
That's right.
And she was smiling. She didn't feel, you think she felt out of place? She felt empowered. Because in her mind, no matter how rich these Negroes are, we can still squeeze our way in. That's what she did. She still wiggled herself into the family and got the photo. Salaki, go ahead.
No,
Salaki.
if I may, Salaki, I'm all in this class today, man. It's a heavy topic. You know,
Christ.
we got a lot of children, so
Yeah.
you know what you was doing when you pulled this topic. Salaki.
Yeah,
I just remember growing up watching like Sesame Street, and even a lot of the messages in Sesame Street were really influential, you know, and they spoke truth to power oftentimes. And I remember Cookie Monster, he had a song, one of these things. He said, one of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other by the time we finish our song? Did you guess which thing is not like the others? Did you guess which thing doesn't belong? If you guess this thing is not like the others, Salakia, then you're absolutely right. Basically, they would put 4 objects, you know, on the screen, but one of them things did not belong with those other things.
That's right.
And that's exactly what that sister, Bronny's little sister, was experiencing.
That's right.
You know, and it's like, it puts you in a psyop, you know what I mean? Because of Christianity, because of what society promotes. You know, we're taught to not see color when you step into the Christian church. Because you for damn sure going into a church that has a picture of a white Jesus hanging up somewhere within that church. Don't get me started off side thon.
No, go ahead.
You know, when you think about the image of, we talk about identity again, our children have to know that they are the royalty on earth.
Right.
They have to know that, and they have to look at all the other nations as being exactly what God said that they are. And this is by divine design. It's not based off of what Bankayao thinks or what Officer Ayathon thinks. This is what God has ordained. This is what He set in order.
Sorry.
Salakia.
Nah, most of Christ, man. Give him a hand, man. You understand? Because that is what God set in order. Oh, go ahead, Darash. Salaki.
2 things. There was more on that, which I thought are
go ahead.
It's actually good points, and also want to kind of share something which I think might be beneficial for the people watching. So it says to prepare yourself or others for a specific skill, job, or physical activity through instruction, exercise, and practice.
Yeah, ain't that what the young man Justin said on there? Something about practice.
Yeah, he did. So like, let me pull it up. The chat is alive and well. Let's see what brothers in the chat, brothers and sisters in the chat is saying. Young man Justin says, teach a person or animal a particular skill or type of behavior through practice and instruction over a period of time.
Sorry. Damn right. Go ahead.
Right.
That's right.
Right. So what I wanted to share was, I know a lot of brothers and sisters in the school, of course, they got their families and children, but there's also some of the things I've seen, knowing that my mother has been like a child care provider. I'm not sure if anyone kind of knows what that is. It's where, of course, you're paid to kind of watch people's children, right? So me growing up in my own household with my mother. Salakia. So just kind of want to share that. So growing up in a household where there's actually children that I get to see come in and out as my mom is watching those different children, you get to see how many of those children, if how they act, some of their behaviors, you kind of notice if their mother or if their father are in their lives, whether they were taught certain things, whether or not, based off of how they might be acting. Maybe a kid's acting out,
Right.
something that you normally don't see, which is normal for a child, maybe because the father may not be around. But that's just certain things you kind of learn, kind of examining those things, being kind of watching children as like a child care provider type of setting. So when it talks about train up a child in the way he should go, you kind of see that firsthand growing up in that type of environment.
Nah, you absolutely correct, man. Get the rest of your hand, man. You're absolutely correct. And like even when like think about how your parent raised you. Get on in here, chat. Come on, get in here, chat. You understand? Think about how your parent raised you. You understand? And you going to school as a kid, or you going to college, and even sometimes today as adults. You understand the way Commander YAHANNA raised us up, you know, because we still like he still is like a father to all of us. You understand? Commander YAHANNA, General Hyman, their wives are still like mothers to our wives if they talk to them. You understand? Like, think about the child in the classroom that, oh, this boy, wow. You know that at a young age. Oh, my mama and my dad would have told me up if I did that. Ain't no way. You learned that as a kid. Now, you may not have the knowledge of saying like, oh, one parent must be absent in the household, but you know it's a difference. You know, okay, like I know dang on well, if I did this in school, my daddy gonna tear my behind up. So who you think missing out the household when you see somebody do something that your dad would have told you up for? Who you think missing out the household? Who you think missing out the household when you see a sister doing something that you know damn well your mother would have told your sister up for doing? Who you think missing? Dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
check.
Oh, most high crazy. Yeah. All right, now, you know, came here fixing stuff. Yeah. You also Zion here. They came in and fixed all the mics. Most high crazy. Yeah, like, it's important that it's not only important for children to have parents in the household, it's important for children to have strong parents in the household. You understand? You have to be a strong parent. Go ahead, DeRoss. I like it. Read on.
Oh God. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old.
When he is what?
When he is old.
Go ahead.
He will not depart from it.
Meaning what? When he's able to leave you. When that child leaves you, it don't mean, oh, he elderly, old. No, it just means when he becomes of age, she becomes of age to leave you, then they won't depart from the things that you taught them. They won't turn around and say, you know, I know my dad taught me not to trust my enemies. I'm just gonna go trust this one devil. You know, like
check.
When they get old, they won't depart from it. You train your child the way that you want your child to go, man. You understand? You want your child to be a drug dealer? Guess what you're gonna train your child to be? A drug dealer. Just know when you training your child to be a drug dealer, you better be training that child to deal with the things that a drug dealer deal with, which is what? Prison, which is what? Death. Or it's like unaliving, which is what? Being robbed. Come on, man. You have to know what you're training your children up to deal with, man. You training your child to just leave her man whenever she get mad? You better be training her to never find love. That's all the girls dream of, ain't it?
That's right.
A nice wedding, love, happy fairy tale endings. And they'll tell you, hey, a fairy tale ending don't exist. That's what they'll tell you, right?
Right.
They'll tell you, Disney, it's all fairy tale endings. Guess what? It's sisters in here that got fairy tale endings, right? It's sisters in here that found the man that they wanted and they living the life that they wanted to live. They're living those lives. You don't have to be living in a mansion with millions and millions of dollars and everybody in the town know you and you just the prettiest girl that everybody want to be around for your fairy tale to be your fairy tale ending to come true. See, Disney got you screwed up in the head. Your fairy tale ending does not have to look like it looked on a goddamn movie. It's a movie. It's fake. It's acting. Your fairy tale ending can be, I got a man that come home every night. I got a man that love me. I got a man that provides for me. I got a man that trains his kids, discipline his kids, prepare his kids, prepare his wife or wives. I got a man that I can depend on, and that is valuable in today's time. That is valuable in today's economy. That is valuable to little children. And not only men. When I say men, I'm talking about sisters too. A mother that cares. A mother that's going to go home and cook for her kids.
Right.
Cook for her husband. So don't think that I'm just saying men. No, a brotherhood is synonymous with sisterhood.
Right.
So if I'm saying brothers, I'm talking about sisters too. Just know that. You understand? It say when he old, he won't depart from it. Teach them the right way. Teach your daughter the right way. Teach your son the right way. You got more on that, Daraj?
La.
All right, drop that. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6. You know, like it's so crazy how easy it is to forget the things that have been passed down to, and like it ain't even been that long. That's how you know we destroyed, man.
Right.
What we just said, 1960s, 1970s,
Yeah.
80s. That's how you know we destroyed, man. And it's so bunky out. It's so disheartening to know that this feminist movement thing came in 4 waves. 4 waves. From the 1800s to the 19s to the 2010s to the present day. They had 4 waves planned out for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You mean to tell me nobody caught it? We caught it. We caught it. The thing was, we was in a Christian church and it got ignored, man. It got ignored. Go ahead, Daraj. Salaki.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6.
Sister, hang on, sister. Hey, I'm watching y'all chat. I'm looking at y'all chat. I'm trying to get y'all comments up. Yeah, I'm watching. Go ahead. It's said, fathers as well
I'll
as
read it for you, Salakia. Fathers, this is from Sister Nashama. Fathers as well as mothers are missing from the family now, and grandparents are raising.
Oh no, sis. Don't hey, back on up out of my topic. Now we gonna get there. Back on up out of my topic, sis. Go ahead, Daraj.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the
Do what?
Lord.
Ephesians 6:4.
Salakia. Verse 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
See, what does it say? Look, see, it said fathers. That's it. That's it, right? It's the fathers. Well, the text say fathers, so it can't be the mothers, right? So the fathers can't provoke the children to anger, but mama can do whatever she want to do. You a goddamn lie. It says fathers, but like we just said, what? Brotherhood is synonymous with sisterhood. Meaning what? Father is also synonymous with mother. No parent should be provoking their children to wrath, man. For what reason? For what reason? That's in the Bible, man. Why? Why must you provoke your child to anger or to wrath? How do you provoke them to that? We know how it goes in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, huh? You treat them unfairly, man. Oh, this is my favorite. This ain't my favorite. I love all my kids the same. Yeah, but your actions say different. You cruel to them. You cruel. I'll buy this one, that. I'll buy this one, that. But I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. And I got you, Dora. And Salaki, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the brother said all the time. I know the brother said all the time, you know, so like it, you know, I'm gonna repeat just only what the brother say. For an example, you know, Captain Zaria say all the time how his father treated him. He said he loved his brother. His brother got everything. He said he got beatings. He said all the time, and he said. And he said in his car Chronicles, he said on Cross the Line, he said in class, he said all the time. And he said he ended up hating his brother behind it. And so he started treating his brother cruel. And it wasn't until he got to the bottom of it, or he actually had a conversation with his father, and that ended up making him or allowing him to forgive his father and his brother. But his brother never did nothing. So what do you think happens? You understand? When you provoke your child to wrath, they know they can't beat their dad. So guess what they're going to do? Go bully other kids. Go unalive other kids. Go be a terror through school, terror in the neighborhood. How the hell you think you get gangs? How do you think you get gangs? So like, go ahead, Rush.
So like you get gangs for individuals or those brothers and sisters just looking to be loved or to be accepted by like family. What I was saying was the reason why some of the gangs are actually created, or why some of the maybe brothers and sisters go into gangs, is because they're just looking to be loved. They're looking to be nurtured or be accepted by someone, since they're not actually accepted into their own families.
So hey, shit, that's heavy. Yeah, shit. I think that's 12. But y'all, here go add one more in there too. Like just like Ayathan just said, since you can't fight your daddy back, all right?
Right.
And the first thing you do is I'm joining with this group over here so I can fight somebody else outside of my home. Most bullies, the research say, they go to school and bully other people because they get bullied somewhere else. You understand? And that's part of the gangs, and all those things are rooted from Christianity and also the oppressor, because the oppressor has a gang. They the ones that ran all the gangs that you can think about.
Right.
It's only we begin to get together so we can go against the oppressor. But all this COINTELPRO and the way that they weaponize our strengths against us, it's a hell of a game that they play. You understand? It's a hell of a game, because we don't really realize the type of devil that we have that lives among us. We really don't consider how diabolical the oppressor really can be. How interwoven this the fabric of America, how it just everything is intertwined with the hatred for us, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. Every aspect of it, we think there's a level of freedom to escape it, and it's really not, Daraj. We join a gang, we think it's a way to escape it. It's not. You join the military, we think it's a way to escape it. It's really not. You join the police department, you think it's a way to escape it. It's really not. All the positive things that they place in front of us, the root of it, it's still stem with the oppressor ruling over us. Last week we found out the what is it? What we call it? ACO? What we call it? What is it? SPLC? Yeah, Southern Law Poverty Center. We thought that they was against the so-called, racists of the terrorists, all these groups that are forming across this land. Only to find out they are the ones that are funding all this crap, man. So like,
I'm right.
Right. Just to add on to that, like you were saying, Officer Hayathan, what provokes your children to wrath, I think you kind of touched it, is when you're kind of comparing one child to another. That'll do psychological things to an individual, to where they're making their children an enemy towards another.
That's right.
Because the parent ain't looking at that child the same as the other one, and they don't realize that's really affecting the other child in more ways than they can probably think. So that's one of the ways you can provoke your child to wrath.
Yeah, right, man. Get the roster hand, line in the hand, water. That was it on that? Yeah.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 4. But bring them up in the nurture.
The what?
Bring them up in the nurture.
What's the nurture? It says not to provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture. What is nurture? Go ahead, you got it.
Go ahead.
Nurture. This is the Merriam-Webster's definition of nurture: training or upbringing.
We there again, huh? Did we just say that? Yeah, more on it. That's it. All right. Training. You understand?
That's heavy. Now we actually put a definition of nurture. It's not about making them feel good all the time, Mayathan.
That's it.
It ain't about buying them every damn thing they want.
That's it.
All the clothes, all the shoes. Right. Damn, this is to train them.
All right. Hey, what Proverbs 22 said? Train up a child. What that said? Discipline, train, nurture. Hey, come on, man.
They want to hear that word train.
Look.
I want to hear that word.
Prepare. When you nurturing a child, you preparing that child. You training that child. You understand? It said to do what, Darash?
But bring them up.
Use the word from the definition.
Oh God.
But bring them up, or to do what?
Bring them up in the nurture and admonition.
But wait, what's nurture? What was nurture?
Training, Salakia. Training and upbringing.
But train them up, or what? Bring them up in the nurture. Train them up in the nurture And
admonition.
what does that mean? Teachings?
This is the Merriam-Webster definition of admonition. It means to counsel
Mm-hmm.
or warning against fault or oversight.
Yeah. So you doing what? You teaching them. Come on, man. The counsel of the Lord. Everybody always act like they so scared of counseling. A counseling is just a teaching. It's a moment where you and a brother or a sister is just one-on-one. You ever been in counsel with Jim Hyman? You say what you're going through. He listens. And then guess what he does? Teaches you how to go through it. Teaches you how to deal with it. That's all that is. It's just the teaching of the Lord. The way that you're going to go through it and go through it righteously. You understand? Like, it's so crazy, man. Like, like discipline and training, like you said, nurture, Daraj. It refers to character, man, through actions and discipline and establishing what? Boundaries. Demonstrating godly ways through life examples, man. Your child, if your child see you act the goddamn gone buffoon, how you think they gonna act? You out here showing your behind, how you think they gonna act? What you gonna be able to say to them? Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 2. You have to be on it, man. You have to be doing it the right way, man. General Hyman said something that's so heavy. We're gonna get to it later on in this class. Let's get the book of Deuteronomy. Yeah.
So, like, if I may, I just want to pull a quick precept before we get to that, because you said something that really perked my ears. You know, you said something about our sisters being cruel.
Yeah.
So let's pull Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3 briefly. The book of Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Right.
And I can't help but to think, like, man, our daughters, or the princesses of Zion, have become cruel because of, you know, the external factors of what? Oppression, of poverty, of living in abject dysfunction. You know, the fact that the man that's supposed to be ruling over the household is either he's locked up, or he's strung out on drugs, or you know, he ain't a high value man. You think about all of those psychological factors that are being imprinted upon the minds of our women. They look at the black man, like the black man is vilified in the sight of the black woman,
right?
Because of, you know, the lies of society, because of mass media, because of anger, based off of us being in this low state. This is hell.
It is.
This is absolute hell.
It is.
And the Bible says that even the sea monsters draw out the breast. You think about a sea monster, what comes to mind?
Jeez Louise.
Even a sea monster would have enough gumption to have mercy on its own offspring, on its own children.
A whale.
A manatee,
yeah.
You know, a duodong. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different examples of that.
Right.
But it's like when you look at our families, when you look at the black family or Hispanic or Native Indian family, and the women that rule over the households, like, where is the mercy? Where is the compassion? Where is the nurture? And I'm not saying that, you know, it's devoid, it's non-existent,
Right.
There's a lot of sisters that are in this school that are fighting to keep their families together. They're
You're right.
fighting to provide sustenance to their children of value. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's in here. It's very few and far between outside of, the safety of this school. You
Right.
know? But I just wanted to pull that
Nah,
Salaki.
Most High Christ, the water, man. Give you a hand. Good.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7. Salakia,
6.
chapter 6, verse 2. That thou mightiest fear the Lord thy God.
That who?
That thou mightiest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command.
Let's jump up to verse 1. So let's read verse 1.
Oh, God. Now these are the commandments.
These are the what?
Are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Go ahead.
Verse 2, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God.
That you mightest what?
Mightest fear the Lord thy God.
Because what's the first commandment of them all?
To keep all his statutes and his commandments.
What's the first commandment? It say, fear the Lord thy God.
God.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God. To keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
That your days gonna do what?
That thy days may be prolonged.
So you have to do what?
That to fear the Most High first.
Mm-hmm.
And after you fear the Most High God, that's where, of course, you begin to follow and keep his statutes and commandments. You keeping the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments will help to prolong your life.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So if you fear the Most High, what do you like? What is the fear of the Most High?
Wisdom and understanding.
Or four-letter word.
What, fear?
Other than fear.
Oh, other than fear? Oh, Slakia, obey.
Can't give you what does scripture say? Remember I was saying that's the first commandment? Love the Lord. Matthew. You don't remember that? Yeah, I'll say. So I think it's Matthew 22. So we can do Luke 10 and 27, apparently. Matthew 22 and 37. Deuteronomy 6 and 5. So we're going to get down there.
Looking for that four-letter word.
I already told you what. I already told you the four-letter word. The four-letter love. The word was love.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You read on.
Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may that it may be.
Salaki, hang on. Back up to verse 2. Salaki.
Go on. Want me to start from the top?
Yep, verse 2.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 2. That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son.
You and your son, meaning what?
Meaning that you and your children.
And go ahead.
And thy son's son.
Meaning what?
Their children.
Yeah. You know, you, your children, your children's children, your children's children's children. Like, nah, this ain't this never ending. You supposed to obey. Not just you, your children supposed to obey. They children supposed to obey. They children supposed to obey. That child do what? That thou mightest what?
Fear the Lord thy God.
Right, go ahead. And you teaching your children, you understand what will happen if you teaching your children to follow God's law, statutes, and commandments. It's right there in that verse.
All the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
Your days gonna be what?
Prolonged.
Because once you follow the Most High, you start listening to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. What do you find yourself? Or what do you find? It's another 4-letter word.
Life.
Yeah, there you go. Most High
Right.
Christ, give him a hand.
That's right.
Because we know what happens if you don't obey. If you don't obey, what happens? It's unaliving, death. You obey, you find life. You prolong your days. Go ahead, Raj.
Verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it.
Wait, hear who?
O Israel.
So we know that ain't talking to everybody. Go ahead.
Right. And observe to do it.
Observe these laws and do them. You understand? Go ahead.
That it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily,
Go ahead.
as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee.
Good night. Go ahead.
In the land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel.
There you go again. Go ahead.
The Lord our God is one Lord. Verse 5. And thou shalt love.
You shall what?
Shall love.
Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Fear the Most High. That's what? Say it again.
And thou shalt love the
That's
Lord.
love. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
These words that I command you this day, the laws, statutes, and commandments that I'm giving to you this day shall be what? In your mind, man. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
You shall teach them to your children, man. Go ahead.
And shall talk.
You should talk of them. Go ahead.
When thou sittest in thine house.
You sitting down in your house. Hey, come on. Hey, get over here. Any chance that you get, you chilling. Hey, come on over here. Let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you something. Let me talk to you real quick. This is what happened today. Teach your children these laws, man. Say you should teach them diligently unto thy children, man. Talk about them. Right? When you sit where?
When thou sittest in thine house.
When you sit in your house, go ahead.
And when thou walkest by the way.
When you walk about, Hey, boy. Nah, hey. Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that. I ain't got to be sitting down to teach the law. I can be walking by, right?
Right.
Huh? Go ahead.
And when thou liest down,
Mm-hmm.
and when thou risest up.
You lay down, guess what? Hey, how many times you done been laid down, your kids come in the room?
Every day.
And don't only look at it as children. Like, you understand? I understand it's saying children, but hear me out. Don't only look at it as children, man. Because you can be laying down with your wife. You guess what you can do? Talk to your wife about these laws. You can teach your wife these laws. You understand? You could be sitting on the couch. You could bring your wife. Hey, baby, come here. Sit down real quick. Yeah, I know you've been dealing with this, like this, that, and the other, and just talk to her. You laying down. We know how you talk to your wife at night. You don't just fall asleep. Don't nobody just lay down and go to sleep. You talk to your wife. Well, them kids crazy, man. Them kids did this, that, and the other. You sitting over there halfway asleep all the time. You hear me? Shoot. Oh. Yeah, man. Ain't got to be the kids. Go ahead, Darash Salaki.
Verse 8. And thou shalt
No. End of verse 7.
And when thou liest down,
Uh-huh.
and when thou risest up.
When you get up too, hey, I tell my kids all the time, they out there, hey, don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid. But, all right, Abba, see you later. All right, love y'all. Hey, don't do nothing stupid. Don't get in trouble. Just tell them. But where that come from? That come from knowing this. That come from knowing the things that sit outside that door. It's a lot that's out there, man. You have to tell your kid. And guess what? You may not think that it mean nothing, but that right there, they'll still hear that voice when they leave that house. Abba said, don't do nothing stupid. Abba said, don't do nothing stupid. No, I can't do that. That's crazy. Man, they crazy. No, I ain't going over there with them. Like it's an easy thing to do, man. It's a very easy thing to do to forget or to not teach your kids these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's an easy thing, even for a brother in the truth. Because you think, oh, I'm in the truth. Like my kids know, my wife know, my son know, my daughter know. It's an easy thing to do it, but I'm telling you, as parents, you cannot forsake the responsibility of raising your kids. Don't treat your daughter or your son as if they not exposed to the world every day of their lives, man. You cannot treat them as if they not exposed to the world every day of their life. Don't think just because they in here and they know the truth that they won't get ganged up by some young girl or young boy. Don't think that just because they in here, your child can't get laid down in somebody's bed, man. That some other child in middle school ain't gonna try and introduce your child to sex in middle school. One thing that I learned since I've been in here and through different councils and different conversations with brothers is that sometimes you're gonna have to have that difficult conversation, man. You don't have to sit your child down. You don't have to talk to your child about sex. You don't have to talk to your child about marriage and what marriage really is. You understand? You're going to have to talk to your child about the things that they're going to feel. You understand? All them little tingly sensations that the little girls get when they turn 13, 14. You have to talk about it. The little boys, their bodies maturing and growing. Puberty. As parents, we can't wait to have those talks, those conversations with our children, because guess who ain't gonna wait? The world.
That's right.
The world ain't gonna wait. You think Epstein waited for a little girl to say, I'm 21? Hell no. Donald Trump waited for a little girl to say, I'm 21? Hell no. No. So as parents, as good parents, which we all capable of being good parents, Jim Hyman said, you don't have to be in here to raise your little family. That's what he said. You can raise your family out there. Will your family end up the same way these families will? Probably not. Could you be a good father out there, a good mother out there? Yes. You're very well capable of doing it. But you have to understand, you can't wait to introduce your child to certain things or have certain conversations with your children, man. You can't neglect the responsibility of being a parent to a child, man. You cannot. Salakia, Darash. We're going to jump over to Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 17. You have to have those conversations, man. It's in some conversations, it's difficult to have some of those conversations, but they need it. They need it. Ain't about how difficult it is for you as a parent to have it. And you know what helps have those conversations? You know what helps have those conversations? Brotherhood, sisterhood. We took our sons and sat them down at Golden Corral. Let them have a little time of their lives, eating whatever they wanted to eat. That was lawful, obviously. Sometimes you got to say that. Let them have the time of their lives, and we talked to them. We talk to them because we're parents that care. And as a parent, you have to show a child that you care. Go ahead, Arash Salahi.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 17. Correct thy son.
Correct what?
Correct thy son.
Correct your children, man. Correct them. You see them going off to do something crazy, correct it. Don't just let it happen. Don't just let them continue to go and do whatever the hell they want to do. Correct them. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says, correct thy son. Correct your children, man. Not only your son, correct your daughter too. Correct them both. Go ahead.
And he shall give thee rest.
And they will give you rest. They'll give you rest. You won't have to worry about your child coming in before the street light, because I know my child ain't doing nothing crazy. I know exactly what my child did. My child know damn well not to go nowhere other than what he told me he was going. She was going.
Mm-hmm.
They know better than to do anything outside of what I've taught them. Why? Because you've corrected them. You trained them up in the way that you wanted them to go. And even though they older, they out your house. They didn't depart from it. Why? Because you took the time to correct your child.
Mm-hmm.
You took the time to talk to your child and have that difficult conversation that some parents can't have with their children. You took the time to do that. Go ahead.
Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul.
You shall give delight to thy soul, man. You understand? Jeremiah Hyman said, what is the job of a child? What's the job of a child? Come on, chat. What's the job of a child? So like,
if I may, I teach my children that their only job is to honor and obey. What I mean by that is, don't bring dishonor to this family.
mm-hmm.
You dishonor yourself when you're not obedient. It's twofold, but it's one and the same.
Yes.
Your whole purpose as a child is to honor your father and your mother, your siblings, yourself, and obey. Obey what? Be obedient to what the hell I say.
That's right.
What I teach you, what I tell you to do,
Yeah.
what I tell you not to do. Because what I'm telling you is what I got this from somewhere else. I got this from God.
That's right.
Salakia.
Nah, you're absolutely correct, man. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? And to add on to what I.S.U.P.K was just saying, through obeying, you understand? Through obeying, what are you teaching your child? Your job is to keep this family alive.
Right.
That's your job as a young man, young woman. You're not just a child. You're supposed to keep this family alive. You can't die when you're 15, 13, 21. You cannot die when you're that young. Why? Why? Because we need you to survive.
Right.
For this family. We need you to have a future. How the hell you think your father come back? Your brother come back? Them cousins that's out there doing whatever they do that you love so much that just won't listen to the Most High, how you think they come back? Because you're keeping the family alive. That was so heavy. Because as kids, you don't think that. You're not taught that. You're not taught that you're the one keeping your family alive. The Bible says one generation comes, one generation passes away.
That's right.
What generation do you think that you are? You're the generation that's coming. And guess what? A generation gonna come after you. Generation gonna come after them. You keep the family alive. So you should take heed to what your parents, your father, and your mother say to you, because they're teaching you to survive in this place. They're teaching you that you're not allowed to die. You're not allowed to quit. Take these teachings and teach them to who, Darash? Nah, what it said?
It says, correct thy son.
Nah, what Deuteronomy said.
Oh, it's like
Teach them to who, Darash? Oh boy. Who in here? Uh-huh. Right. That's right.
Sons, come on. Teach thy sons, sons, and all the days of thy life.
Yeah. You teaching them generation to generation to generation to generation. I remember I came in this school, I was dying, read the scripture that said, take the old paths. Yeah, that new path, it may seem like it's a shortcut. You may seem like you got it all figured out, but nah, hey. Daddy say take the old path. I'm taking the old path. It may be the long way around, bunky y'all. But guess what? Daddy walked it. His daddy walked it. His daddy walked it. We ain't take no shortcuts.
Right.
So like, sir.
So like, yeah, I always when I think about that scripture, I always think about what you'll learn that in life, you'll find out there's a reason why somebody said something, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like you listen to a father that loves you, or a family member or a brother, there's a reason why they say the things they say. You know what I'm saying? Or the way they done things, the way that they do it. You know, like that old path, like you say, it may be the long way around, but there's a reason why. And I found it in life, you don't want to be the person that get to a point where you think you done got over and you find out, wait a minute, that was the reason why they said to do it this way. It's like doing a math problem. You understand? Like you said, well, if you follow this particular formula, right, like terms, you know what I'm saying? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You know what I'm saying? You know all that. You put all that together, right? But at some point, you know, order operation, right? At some point, you think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. I ain't got to do that. And you think you done got the answer a lot faster than that. You looking around at everybody. What they right? What's taking them so damn long? Only to find out, you got the first 5 or 6 right.
Yeah.
But somehow you missed at least 3 when you could have got all of them right. You understand? And sometimes that the 3 that you missed could cost you your life. The 3 that you miss could cost you your family. The 3 that you miss could cost brotherhood. The 3 that you miss could cost sisterhood.
That's right.
Yeah, you did all those things right, but that's an order of operation. And that's a reason why our Father would say the things that he say to us. And that's how you keep a family together. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Salakia.
Right. Give him a hand. Right. That's it, man. Like, and it was so heavy because you don't know what you're missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I was listening to Captain Yabzai yesterday out of Killeen, Texas, and he was going over the demons. He's going over demons, and he was saying like how the demons in that man, you know, before Christ came over, like you showed up early, and before your time, right? For the time, and like the way he was breaking it down, like he was like, "Man, we almost got him. We almost got him. If you just gave us a little bit more time, we about to unalive him." And what he said that was so heavy is that you don't know how close you get to your time, and the Lord bring you in here, or you decide to turn away from your sins, and that saves your life. That get rid of that demon, and you don't go back to it. I know this next batch of weed gonna be the strongest one, boy. He told me he had something for me. That might be the one that take you out of there. You may say, you know what? These brothers on the street corner said I can't smoke weed, so I ain't gonna do it. That next batch could have been the batch that took you out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like we get so close, we can get so close to death and not even know it. But for some brothers and sisters, you have to do what? Get that near-death experience for you to change your life. Why does it even have to get that far? Why not just stick to the old paths? What do you say? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Just work the equation on that, man. You could have got them all right. You could be straight. No, I gotta walk the path 6 times, then I gotta take the shortcut 3 times, get knocked over the head. Come on, man. Salaki Darash. We're gonna jump to book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 24. You had something? You about to say something? Go ahead, Salaki.
Salaki, young man Justin. He said Salaki.
Now Justin in here.
Yeah. You don't want to be the lesson.
Hey. Hey. Ain't that what Cat said? That what Cat and I thought told us. Be the one that learned from the lesson, not the lesson that everybody else learned from. That's what Cat told us a couple of weeks ago. I see Justin be listening because I went home and told him that. Yeah. See, that's how you know our kids be in here, man. Our kids listen. Our kids listen, man. And it's very, very heavy. You understand that they do listen, given the amount of time that we spend away from our children. And General Hyman, again, said something that was so heavy because a brother asked, do you multiply your coin by raising your kids in the truth? And he said, no. That's not how you multiply a coin. You multiply your coin being in the truth with kids by raising other people's kids, by being a father to other people's children, being a father to those who don't have a father. And being in here as priests and prophets, we know the sacrifice of being in here. You might as well not even have a family. Paraphrasing, don't say that in the Bible. It's better to not have a wife. That's in the Bible. Because we spend so much time away from our family. We sacrifice our families to raise other families. Sacrifice time with our children to raise other children. That's the job of a priest, a prophet. That's what when you sit here and you taking that oil on your head and they say, are you sure? That's what they asking you. Are you ready to make this sacrifice? A selfless sacrifice? Sister, are you ready to make this sacrifice? A sacrifice of knowing that your husband ain't gonna be home? Knowing that your husband gonna have to do this work? Go ahead, Ross. Salaki.
That was Proverbs 13 and 4, right?
Mm-hmm. 24. 13, 24.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 24. He that spareth his rod hatheth his son. Slakia hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
You don't love, if you don't correct your child, you hate your child. You don't tell your son, hey, get Becky out of here. You can't go to prom with her. We don't get high. We don't vape. Whatever the hell that the kids Zen. I don't even know what kids do these days. We don't do those things, man. And like I said earlier, sparing the rod don't mean picking up a belt every time and whooping your child. If you don't speak to your child, sit your child down and teach them, that's you sparing the rod. You don't have to beat them every time. You can sit them down and have a conversation with them. Huh? That simple conversation shows, okay, daddy care about me. How many brothers and sisters you meet out in the world that wish somebody would have just sat them down and talked to them? Just sat them down and talked to them. Easy conversation. Nah, see what we do is we try to be all cheerful with our kids. Always playing with them. Yeah. But you have to tell your child what? I'm not your friend, I'm your father. I'm not your friend, I'm your mother. Huh?
Straight up.
What does that mean? That means I'm gonna teach you, you understand, and stop you from killing yourself. That's what that means. I'm not your friend. Your friend will let you kill yourself. That's why your friend will get you high. Come on, Craig. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. And what happened? Craig Dan had lost his life. Dealing with his friend. Having a good time. Yeah. Smoking the, yeah. What they say? Devil's lettuce. Yeah. Come on, man.
Salakia too.
Come on, sir.
And even in, I know that that's just a movie, but in that example of even at the end when he did get into when he got into the fight with Debo, he put a strap on him first.
He did.
He could have lost his life like that, and Debo would have lost his life. But his dad said, "Hey man, we fight with these." You know what I'm saying? He saved his life. A father once again saved his life, and it wasn't easy. You understand? He could have took the shortcut and popped him. You know what I'm saying?
He could have.
He could have took that. He would have lost his life though. His friend was there. You know, this world hope that we all take the easy way out. This world hope that we never choose brotherhood out.
That's right.
This world hopes that we always choose the violent right, to hate one another. An outward expression of anger. That's what the world waits on. It doesn't want us to see us Salakia or but like you know, we don't condone brothers putting hands on each other, but in the movie where it's like, just fight the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta kill him.
Sorry.
Yeah. Salakia.
Nah, what's heavy about that is he did, like you said, it's a movie. He did pull the gun. You know what I'm saying? He gave the gun, you know, to that. He gave the gun away. But whole time, Debo had a knife on him.
Everything he said.
Yeah.
Everything he said.
Yeah. But if I'm playing just as dirty, I ain't have to give mine away. You ain't know I had it. Because I ain't pulled mine. You know? It's like, come on, man. But it didn't even have to go there though. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Our children don't understand the demons that this world places on them, and that these demons are trying to destroy them, man. You understand? So at some point, you have to say that I'm your mother, I'm your father, I'm gonna teach you how to choose life, and don't worry about it. I don't need your goddamn love. You'll thank me later. You'll thank me later. You don't have no choice. A good parent ain't gonna worry about love from their children. Why? Because the love of your child, the love of your daughter is a little different with boys. The love of your daughter gonna go based off of her goddamn emotions. She'll love you one day, but guess what? If you really evaluate that one day, you just letting her do whatever she want to do. She'll love you. The day you say, "No, we ain't getting your nails did." No, yeah, that's it. Now it's World War III in the house. Come on, man. Don't neglect being a child to your parent, man. To your children, man. Don't neglect being a parent to your children, man. You understand? Let your child see what it feels like for you to be disappointed in them. Let them know what it feels like. As a parent, if they do wrong, let them know what it feels like to be disappointed with them, man. Give them that look of like, what the hell you doing? I taught you better than this. You have to. You have to let them know when they're disappointed at you. When you raise them up from a little kid, especially as a father, you raise, hey, man, come on, boy. I got little girls in my house. I even stop that. Like, oh Lord. Early. Jim Muhammad said that. Commander Hunter said that. I.S.U.P.K teaches that. Hey, at some point, you got to know What do you say? 13 coming. You have to know that it's coming. You have to know at some point that little boy gonna get a little hair on his chin. And that's what the scriptures say, bow their hair early. So like it. The rush. Let me jump to the what we at? Let me jump to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 8. Proverbs 1 and 8. Yeah, man. At some point, you don't have to like we have to realize as a people, as parents, there's gonna come a time where you just gonna have to let your child see that you disappointed in them, man. I had a cousin growing up, sidebar, and she was sneaking boys in her mama's house. Well, high school, sneaking boys in her mama's house, and he heard her mama coming. He hid in the closet. That boy done been doing that for like 2-3 months. Everybody knew it. She didn't know it, but everybody else knew because you get out the bus, like, what the hell this nigga doing out here? Oh, he going out there with her. Okay. Everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody say nothing. Till one day, her brother got mad at her. That nigga told. She went in there, she looking up on the bed. Mama, what you doing? I know he in here. She opened the closet. This nigga standing right there. 2-3 months. And you know what she did? You know what her daughter did? Didn't talk to her for 2-3 months. And guess what? The mama ended up, I'm sorry. All you had to do was just, you a friend. Because your daughter wasn't talking to you, you stopped being a parent. It's crazy. Go ahead, the rest of life.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father.
Hear the what?
Hear the instruction of thy father.
You a son or a daughter, which we all somebody's son or daughter. You have to listen to the instructions of your father, man. You understand? You have to listen to the instructions of your father. Because your father loves you, man. Now, as long as those instructions are going along with what the Most High say, follow it. Do it. It ain't unlawful. Do it. Your father telling you to go hit this, pop this. Look, Boosie gave his son a damn horse. Salakia, excuse my French. That's not a good father. Prostitute. Not a good father. But you know what Boosie came back and said? I just seen earlier this week or last week. Hell no, I ain't letting my kids smoke weed.
Right.
You're a terrible father. Terrible father. But that's who they'll push in front of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, children, to have them follow. You think Boosie the cool dad. No. You'll think Cardi B the cool mom. Cardi B kids don't listen to her music. Huh? Cardi B kids don't play video games through the week. You know what she said her kids do through the weekdays? Piano lessons, tutoring, homework. Why? Because Cardi B says she ain't raising no dumb kids. But they'll tell your children to do everything that they doing. Your children will be going against you, listening to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is a great liar. You want your child to perfect lying? Let her listen to Meg Thee Stallion. She is that lady is a great liar. Hey man, You have to listen to the instructions of your father. Go ahead.
And forsake
And do what?
and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Forsake not the law of your mother. You understand? Your father gonna give you that sound mind, sound decision making, and your mother gonna give you a nurturing, caring spirit, a loving spirit. That's what your mother gonna give you, huh? And again, I don't know if y'all watched all these classes, but getting myself together for this topic, because I know this is a very sensitive topic, especially when you're talking about children and how to raise children. And so I had to do some real research on how to get it together, get this topic together. And so I was listening to General Hyman, Captain Soccer War, Captain Mashop. And General Hyman said, as a parent, you have to be precise. You have to be demanding to raise a child. You have to be. As a parent, you must be what? Perfect to raise a child. You can't be a silly parent, a drug addict parent, an alcoholic. You can't be that. You're gonna raise a child, you're gonna be, you have to be precise. You have to be requiring. You have to be strict. Otherwise, you're gonna have a child that's gonna never grow up. You're gonna have a child that never grows up. A child that a daughter that's gonna leave your house, right? She's gonna go off and have a baby with some nut, huh? And guess what? That's your baby. That baby gonna be your baby. You're gonna be raising that baby. You have a son that's gonna leave your house, and guess what? He gonna go to jail. You're gonna be the one bailing him out of jail. You're gonna be the one making sure that he have a place to lay his head at night. Until when? You die. You're gonna be taking care of that baby. You're gonna be bailing your son in and out of jail, making sure they got somewhere to lay their head until you die. Why? Because you decided to neglect your child during your youth. You decided to neglect them. So they never grew up. They're never going to grow up. And you're going to end up being a parent raising their children. Go ahead, Rush. I figured you had something. Go ahead.
Okay. So I just want to kind of point out two things. These are probably like the most two popular movies in the Black community: Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society, right? So if you take a look at Boys in the Hood, we see that there's Doughboy, where the family he comes from, and then Trey, where he comes from, which Lawrence Fishburne portrayed his father. And if you look at Trey, which was Lawrence Fishburne's son, Cuba Gooding Jr., he came from an actually good household.
Structure.
Yeah, structure, right? So most people today would say that that's you being too hard on him, but notice that when you go look at Doughboy's family, where he came from, now we had one of the brothers that was doing good. So Ricky, he was on the right path, but you kind of see the father wasn't around. The mother was always like kind of yelling at him as he wasn't. So it was on the topic of provoking your child. So he had there was a lot of provoking. How he was always compared to the other one.
Because Ricky was a favorite.
Right, Ricky was the favorite. So
Ricky was the one that everybody loved.
Right. So that was.
But Ricky couldn't let go of somebody bumping into him.
Right. Right. So we talk about like structure and everything, and teach up a child in the way he should go. Well, we see that Lawrence Fishburne and Trey, he had the right direction. teaching him morals and standards, what to do and discipline, and giving him chores to do and making sure he home at a decent time.
Mhm.
Because the other boys, they were out there in the streets, running the streets, and we seen what happened to them in the movies.
So we seen what happened when a father care about their child and a father is raising their children. And we seen what happens when a mother is raising her children without a father. And
No.
and and that's not saying that either one of them were right. That's not saying that. What I'm saying is, going back to what we was talking about at the beginning of the class, the black family used to be together. At some point in time in a child's life, a mother ain't gonna be able to tell a son what to do. A father ain't gonna be able to tell a daughter what to do, because a father has no experience of being a mother has no experience of being a father. Now, that said, that son can see that mother can nurture that son and send him to that father. If the father not in the house, that father can discipline that daughter and send her to the mother if the mother not in the house. But at the same time, that child's still missing one thing. What is that? That's seeing that mother and that father together. I know how my father act when my mama ain't around. I know how my mama act when my father ain't around. But I ain't never seen my father and my mother interact together. I never seen my father hug my mother. I never seen my father kiss my mother. I kissed my wife yesterday, and Martha was standing right there looking like just every angle that she could, just looking. And I told her, I said, Martha looking at us. And Martha come back, I know what you said. I said, what I said? I know some of it. I said, what some of it? And she's sitting there just smiling. She don't know what to say. But she know what she see. She has a father in the household that's correcting her. She have a mother that's nurturing her, and she's seeing that father and that mother together. And I wanted to play that Mike Beasley clip, but I couldn't find it, man. I couldn't find it. Salaki, Bunky, go ahead, Salaki.
No, I was just gonna chime in to what Officer Darash was saying. Trey, he came from a broken home.
Yeah.
His parents were divorced, and I forget the sister, Angela Bassett was his mother. The thing that made Trey's situation better than Doughboy's situation was the fact that he had two loving parents.
Mhm.
They absolutely cared about, him. They
Right.
cared about, what was going on with him. And it was bigger than what the hell they had going on.
Mhm.
She was career oriented. She was focused on getting that bag, but she realized she had wisdom. She had understanding. She knew she could not raise a boy to be a man.
Yeah.
And she sent Trey to go live with Furious Styles at the perfect time.
Mhm.
Even though he lived in Compton or what have you, that was the best and the safest place for that boy to be with his father, to learn how to survive.
Huh.
Salakia.
Nah, and what's so heavy about what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Give me. And what's so heavy about what you're saying too is that as a parent, you can't think that you got it until it's too late. Like we was just saying earlier, 13 is coming. The Bible says you have to bow their head. Certain things that child doing at certain ages, you need to be bringing that other parent in. It don't give a damn. It don't matter how you feel about the parent. They're the parent. That's the mother. That's the father. No matter how you feel about it, you start seeing certain things display themselves at different ages. You need to be bringing whatever parent it is to control that role into that child's life. Because if you bring that child in at you bring that parent in at 13, chances are that child probably not gonna listen. They probably not gonna listen. Unless you know damn well you got a crazy daddy or a crazy mother. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, Like, anybody got anything else? Like, this class, man, was just is more so geared towards, parents and children, because we have to raise our children. You understand? Children have to take the time to, like we talked over the weekend. You don't understand something, man, just ask questions. Do what you're told to do. You don't understand it. Nothing's stopping you from going and asking your parent, well, I ain't understand why you said this. I ain't understand why you told me to do it this way, or why you made me do it 2 times. Go and ask. You got strong brothers and sisters in this school, man. Strong parents in this school that love their children. Strong parents out here in this world that love their children, but we don't know how to raise our children outside of here. The world don't teach us how to raise our children. Why? Because our parents didn't raise us. We talked about it earlier. A lot of us, we was in the house with our brothers and sisters taking care of us while our parents went to work. That's real. We have to stop passing down generational trauma to our children, man. We have to stop. I know we up on the time, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class off to Precinct Officer Darashama. I got part 2 next week.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Roof for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We are in the Feast of First Fruits, which started after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Of course, you're going to count 50 days. The closing will be May 31st, 2026. You can read about that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 8, verses 10 through 22. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I majum. Men of Israel are going to render one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, how about Shimi al-Shar Bakatah? Yadamata, Sar, turn and face the sisters. Sisters, Amajim. Men of Israel are going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, how Shimar al-Athab al-Shimi al-Shar. Yadamata, class dismissed.